Well, hey guys, here's a gameplay of a new game that I'm going to be playing for the channel. Is developed by Boss Alien, a natural motion game, and that game is CSR Racing. And this is a game I discovered back in 2011, 2012 when I first had my iPad on iOS. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, this is a really cool game. A lot of tutorial stuff, and you're just gonna do a lot of drag racing. Turn it down just a little bit because you guys will not be able to hear me. I just wanted you guys to hear that. Now this is a race for real, and I'm going against this now. And it's a bunch of tutorials, so what you want to do is you want to build up your revs. Don't do what I just did. Your aim is to get perfect ships a lot in this game. You want to win some very tight races. You're going to want to do what I just did. So you get to pick from a few entries. Some are better than others. Now the game gives you $25,000 worth for your first car, and it can be anything it wants. Now notice that some of these are a little out of my price point. BMW would have been a nice start. Now, most of the cars here will start with 4,000 grip and will be anywhere from 200 to 215 to 220 horsepower, which is what you saw in the BMW. Part of me wants to start with the A1, but I like to start with and it's right on my budget. So, so generally this is your new car, and generally at the start of the game, you're basically not going to do all that well, because now the reason why the regulation races are going to be easy at this point is because our stats are low and our opponent's stats are low. But as the game progresses, you see I was just a little bit under 100 miles an hour, and you're probably wondering, oh, is that, no, that's not too far off where the Mustang was. And now, generally speaking, the Mustang that we were racing earlier was probably maybe 400 or 500 pounds heavier than this, and about twice the horsepower. So unfortunately, when you first start this game, and it kind of stinks, but you kind of see how this goes. So the Fangs is the crew challenge for this territory, and you get to race the first crew member. And as you can see, the bars are all the way over to extreme. Extreme means that their performance is way better than yours, and you do not have a chance of winning, obviously. But obviously, for promotional purposes, they're going to do this. So here's Papa Biz, and he's the leader of the Fangs. That's Yashiro, Iron Samurai, Stallion Riders, Alita, Carlito, who's actually one of my favorites from this game. And then the Silver Skulls with Errol, and they're all tough guys. In typical stuff, they're gonna trash talk, and they're gonna say, "Oh, they'll beat you." And here's Papa Biz going, "Oh, my boy Luther, his mom wants him back before curfew, but that ain't no problem because he will beat you double quick." He's actually right, guys, because we are way underpowered. As you can see, he's at 195 performance points, and there's no way to get past this. You get trampled. No matter how good you were at performing shifts or doing anything else, you get you paid fair and square. Way too slow. What's the matter? You can't afford upgrades? Not yet. Now, as you see, his 0 to 60 time is pretty darn good, and his average speed is pretty much higher. He's in the 14s-ish. If we upgrade, we can definitely get near that. So what we have to do, tap to upgrade your car. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the ability to really afford any of these good upgrades. I will show you guys how to upgrade properly without killing your bank. So, alright, sorry guys. Alright, sorry guys, I had to cut for a little bit, so I had to stop recording for a little bit because my game cut out. So the way this works is after I lost that fight, the game wants you to upgrade. Now I'm going to show you guys how I upgrade. Now I only have $649 in the bank, and the only thing I can do is get an intake, which will give me 3 more horsepower. It will not affect you. No. What I'm going to do, ladder races will also get you cash, but you want to start out with these. So so your aim is to get perfect shifts a lot so you can get the most money. Now, at best, with the way how things are going, I'm only going to get $517, which may not seem like a lot, but I'm not going to spend any money until I have enough. And I'm going to beat each crew member and then upgrade, beat each crew member, and then I'm going to show you, because I'm not going to do what I just did with Luther. Now, I'm now going to concentrate and show you guys. Now, you guys are probably noticing it says perfect shift. Now notice I got a little bit more money because my shifts were better, but that perfect start would absolutely be, no, I don't want a new engine just yet. It's just going to keep bouncing you back to the crew battle when you don't want to face the crew battle just yet. As you saw, it was on extreme. there I just got the perfect start. Now, even though he has a higher rating than I do, now I lost about a mile an hour, but I'm back down to the 15:39.4 seconds, and I got over $541 just for, and I actually matched the shift times. And as you noticed, he's about 2 seconds off the pit moment, 2 seconds. He's about 2.2 seconds off the pace or something like that. So he's about 0.2. So he's 2.2 seconds off the pace. And those 2 seconds are down to a 0 to 60 time, which was pitiful. And he only went 79 miles an hour, and I have a stronger car than he does. Some of the cars are vert now, and I want to do turbo. I'm going to race about 5 races, guys, and then I'm going to show you how nice the upgrades are. And it's going to say, okay, good start. Now, sometimes the wheel spin really hurts you in later races if you do not get this right, or if you do not upgrade your car properly. Your car will wheel spin, and you will not win any races. And I just leveled up and I got 1 gold token, which I can use for upgrades, but I don't have enough. As I said, I'm going to do this legit. So technically you get 10 gas points. I'm going to upgrade my car now. So what I start with first is the tires and transmission, because that's where I feel you got to do that before you start building up your engines and your you can do body things and everything. So what I'm going to do now, I don't have enough for all this. Do I? Yes, I do. So notice how my car stats jump from 167 all the way to 176. So theoretically, these next couple races should be a bit quicker, but not by much. And Luther is still way ahead of us by some PowerPoint total. And I got a perfect start. Now, I didn't get any but notice how my 0-60 went down by 0.2 seconds. That is how much upgrades affect you here. I'm not going to do an intake because I don't need that yet. Regulation races, and as you win crew battle races, guys, it gets better. Yeah, see how they're into a 10-second race? Now that I'm past them, they're not really standing much of a chance. could get nitrous, but I don't want to. Thank you very much. I shouldn't have been, but as you can see, I'm down in the 15s. Not quite where I need to be, but no, I don't want any turbo yet. Now I could get new tires. Now, it does say I'm good for another engine. I just want to show you guys just on my last drive how much a small upgrade makes, and I just level up yet again. I want to show you guys just how much a small upgrade makes versus a big upgrade. See how I get between 5 to 4 horsepower? This is only going to give me, that only gave me what? -3, and I gain 3 off that. So I'm going to show you just how much of a small relevance some of these upgrades make. And I'm going to do it with my final race before I end the video. It shouldn't give me that much time. 4 horsepower is not a heck of a lot in this game. But with a perk clutch, it might be. Yeah, see, I want to go a little bit quicker. See, I'm only getting another 0.1 of a second. My 0 to 60 is dropping, but my top speed is not going higher because I'm going to be focused on traction first, and then eventually getting the power up next. No, I don't want a turbo. So yeah, guys. So this is my first video of CSR Racing. I will upload this tonight, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But it's definitely a good game to start out. Just to give you guys some of the previews of some of the stuff that you can get around here. So these are the GT3 cars that I was talking about. Some of the GT3 cars, and some of these cars are great. And they absolutely fly. And they have some great, and it can actually help you stop the competition, but especially if you're in lower ranks, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, this is some of the stuff that you can get. This is a T5 or a Tier 5 car. So yeah, you can get stuff. Most Aston Martins are Tier 5. High Tier 5s. And there's some great cars, but the problem is, you can see some of the gold prices are kind of high, and that's kind of the price you pay when you buy one of these. You have to zoom in to kind of get it to move. When this first came out, there was no price on it, by the way. 21 million credits, and I didn't want to pay that much. Race cars are all T5. Ford's actually pretty good. Some of these are really good cars, but the one I'm aiming for is this one to fight Errol, the big guy at the end. I actually used him in a couple of playthroughs. It's hard to get him because the cost is so high, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will probably watch an episode. If this gets a response, I'm gonna obviously get an episode, another episode up. But if it doesn't, then I'll try to come up with something else. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is CSR Racing episode 1. Peace out, everybody.